Listen, guys, you tuned in to a live special, Saturday morning live special. Um, we got a lot to talk about, all right? Got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, I want to say good morning. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a good Black Friday. I hope you really sat your ass home, all right? Hope you sat your ass home and you heed my warning. You will listen to my advice because it's not worth it. All right, it's not worth it. You probably don't need half the stuff you bought. All right, so if you could return it now, guys, it's not too late. If you have the tags, if you didn't rip the tags off, please return it. Return it, return it, return it. You don't need it. Whatever you bought, you don't need. So I woke up this morning and I just wanted to just chit chat with whoever's online. But hey, listen, I'm used to talking to myself, to be honest with you. Hey, what's up, Cool Ramon? How you doing? Thanks for showing out because to be real with you, I was getting ready to talk to myself this morning, right? I said, no matter what, I'm gonna hop on a live stream this morning. So thank you for showing up, you guys. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. And I'm just here to talk about money, all right? We gotta talk about some money. I like to have money talks. Sometimes, hear me out, when I come on the live, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes it's either education, sometimes it's entertainment. But today, God put in my heart to educate, all right? We gotta talk. And we gotta talk about real life. You know what I mean? We gotta talk about, just the choices we make, all right, in our lives. So this polo hat is looking really flat, really, really flat. And to be real with you, I threw it on because I'm really starting to get pissed off about my hairline. All right, I'm starting to get pissed off about it. See, I'm 29 years old and I'm about to be 30 years old, right? And I always wondered why my dad had on hats later on in his life. And now I see why, yo. It just starts to disappear. I don't know if it's the stress, I don't know if it's the babies, but it is what it is, man. I like this polo hat. For some reason, whenever I throw this hat on, man, I be dropping gems. So sorry if I'm playing around with it. Um, I could do without it, but it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. But anyways, guys, let's talk about this money talk. Let's talk about the choices we make in our lives that affects our future. All right. So you see, like I said, I'm 29 years old now. Where I am right now in my life, it's based off of the decisions I made 5 years ago. All right. So it's Saturday morning now, and I'm off. Guys, most of my 20s, right, from the age of 22 to 28 years old, I don't think I ever took a weekend off. Right. And most people's gonna be like, okay, me neither. I work every day, the economy. And yeah, I get it, right? But we have choices, we have options. Okay. Some people do, some people don't. But if you have an opportunity where you have margin in your budget, right? You have an option. You could be like, all right, do I go Black Friday shopping? Do I buy nonsense? Or do I take care of my life and put myself in a better financial situation? You see me? There's some people who have choices, and a lot of people choose that instant gratification. You feel me? Let me see. Greatest ever says hairline looks fine, but men in hats look good too. Hey, shout outs to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is my favorite hat for some reason. You know what I mean? Polo. Shout outs to Polo, Ralph Lauren. Guys, grab your coffee. All right, grab your coffee. It's early in the morning. Sorry if I'm not so energetic. As you can see, I'm warming up. The goal is to finish this coffee and go to the gym, get a run in, and start my routine. But the point I'm trying to make with you guys is I'm off on Saturdays now. I have more control of my life, more control of my schedule, but I never had this control before in the past, right? When I told you I worked every Saturdays, it's not because it wasn't a choice. You know what I mean? It wasn't a choice. I had no choice. Like I had a lot of debt. All right, I had a lot of debt. Now, let me ask you guys a question. I'm gonna look you right in the eye. Anybody here this morning have debt? All right? Just be real. Just be real. Drinking my energy drink. Shout out to you, Cole Ramon. I'm talking to you guys. There's 50,000 people on this live right now. And don't look. Don't look. I see you looking. But I want to know, does anybody here have any debt this morning? Because the reason why I like to talk about money is because, Drake, okay, so the reason why I like to talk about money is because a lot of people be going through a lot of financial stress, trauma, and they be trying to look for an escape. and they come on YouTube just to like either look for videos to laugh. You know, they want to escape the reality. But the thing is, you have to fix the problem, right? You have to fix the problem. No one's gonna fix it for you. It don't matter who the president is. They're not gonna fix it for you. And I know there's a lot of people right now who's gonna start a YouTube channel and be like, "Yo, this is it. This YouTube channel right here is gonna be my way out." Nah, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. That's not how it goes. All right, that's not how it goes. And it might go like that for a lot of people you see, but for the vast majority, that's not how it goes. All right, you're gonna have to take control of your life and your financial situation and fix it for yourself. So now I'm finally off on Saturdays because I took care of my situation, my debt. Okay, but let me tell you something. If I was just following what my friends was doing, if I was just playing along what society wanted me to do, I would have still been dead broke and in debt. See what I'm saying? So listen, I know there's people right now who don't have the means, but I kind of just want to tell you guys, a little bit about my story. You know what I mean? Just give you guys like a little bit of background. You guys can ask me questions. I want to make sure that I'm looking you dead in the eyes. But if you see me staring out into space, it's because like you already know, man. When I stare out into space, I really start dropping it, man. You know what I mean? I really start tapping in. But I want to make sure I'm reading what you guys are saying too in the comments. So greatest ever says no debt or bank account or credit cards for me, but hubby is bad with the money. Okay, so greatest ever. Do you and your husband, do you guys like combine finances? How do you guys go about it? You know, everybody deal with money differently. Okay. Donnie King says good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Latonia McQueen says good day. Good day, everybody. Good morning. Listen, we having that early morning money talk. But before we talk about money, guys, listen. I gotta really take a step back. All right, we gotta put God first. Right? I don't care, like, whatever y'all think of me, that's your business, but I put God first, all right? So we got to put God first and literally just say your morning prayers, be grateful that you're up. If you're here today and you have Wi-Fi, you could tune into this live stream, we're blessed, right? But we do have to talk about it because I'm not gonna be one of those people, because listen, guys, I want to let y'all know this. I'm on my spiritual journey. All right, I'm not a perfect Christian. Sometimes here and there, if you step on my toes, I might curse, but I'm asking forgiveness after. But the point I'm trying to make is, let me see what y'all talking about. Put God first. Yes, we got to put God first because He's gonna give us the clarity and He's gonna help us on our journey to get our finances together. Because guys, I'll be real with you. If it wasn't for God, man, I wouldn't be here today. All right. There was a point in my life where I had so much debt. Right. I was about to file for bankruptcy. I couldn't, and honestly, the reason why I'm so comfortable telling you guys this on the camera right now is because I authentically don't think there's anybody behind. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to myself. So I really get in my bag once I'm like by myself here. So just listen up, guys, and I want to talk to you guys too. But I was really, 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 really depressed because I fell for the traps. When I became a nurse, I started just, as a young guy, became a nurse at 22 years old, getting money. Yo, I wanted to bag all the girls, man. I was bad. All right, I was bad. I didn't have discipline. I didn't have this type of lifestyle. So when I would go on Instagram and social media, I'd see a lot of people just like flexing, buying the Louis Vuitton, buying the Dior. And I was like, you know what? I'm living at my mama's crib. I got a little bag. Let's do it, man. Go shopping. I bought all the Jordans I'd want from since high school. You know, the ones that you couldn't get, you couldn't wait online. Not that you couldn't, you didn't have the money. You feel me? So I feel like the majority, like the first 2 years of my nursing career was just me blowing money, blowing money. I got two BMWs. I got my mom a car. I got her Toyota, and I basically had three car payments. All right, and they didn't care. I still had student loans. I maxing out my credit card, going on trips, posting it on social media. People was like, yo, I want to be like this nurse, man. This nurse right here, he's living it up. And when you look at me, it looks good, guys. And what made it even better, when COVID came, I got a boost. I got a money boost. So whew, imagine being like 20, 22 something years old. I'm 29 years old now, right? And my timeline ain't right now. But I'm telling you, all I can tell you, I was blowing money because I was making a lot of money. All right. So let me tell you something, man. The girls who was there for the money, they enjoyed it. They did their thing. They enjoyed the trips and all that, but they ain't here today. All right? They ain't here today. Shout out to my wife because a lot of things did not impress her. All right, a lot of things did not impress her. She was in face. She was able to do for her own. You know, she was able to do what she had to do. She didn't need no man, and that kind of, I'm not gonna say that got me tight, but I was like, oh shoot, you don't need me. That's different. You know what I mean? She had her own apartment. She had her own thing going on, and I don't know. I felt like I had to get better, right? I felt like I had to be better, do better, because when I seen her, I was like, yo, for some reason, something telling me that's my wife, right? So this is, guys, this is just a whole bunch of background. You know me, I'm just chopping it up, telling you guys a little background and giving you more context. And I think my wife is the reason why I really wanted to get my life together. You feel me? Let me just keep reading the chat, making sure that, you know, we're up to date with everybody who's here. See, we got 14,000 people on the live stream. It's regular. It's regular. I'm used to 50,000. But, you know, we'll do, all right? Yeah. Marsha's Journal. Hey, good morning. How you doing, Marsha? Have you read The Roadmap to Financial Freedom? Millionaire, a Millionaire Guide to Building Automated Health by Brennan. No, I haven't read that. I'm gonna look into it. I actually have my laptop right here, so I'm gonna look into that. Boom, boom, boom. Morning, brother. Nick. Morning, brother. I finally made it. Good morning. First of all, you guys, thank you for the context. I needed to hear that right now. Glorious Cross says, yeah, greatest ever. LOL. 14,000. Yeah, bro, it was regular, man. Regular for me, guys. And whatever. Pretty soon it's gonna be 100,000 on the live. Cause I'm sorry, guys. I got neighbors upstairs, and I actually love my neighbor upstairs. I heard a thump. You know what I mean? I was about to make sure he didn't fall. But if you guys are just new, if you guys are just coming in right now, if you guys have any questions, ask me questions. You know, I'm just giving you guys a little bit about my background because I know you guys don't know nothing about me, and I'm not the type of person right now in my life, right, who's going to show off, right? I'm not doing that no more because I don't learn. Because the reason why I was telling you guys my history, my story, is because I was flexing, trying to show people a fake lifestyle I wasn't truly living, and then I fell into $300,000 worth of debt. All right. I think I was like 24 years old. You know, there's nobody in the government, ain't nobody gonna stop you, right? Because I was working a lot. No one's gonna come down and be like, hey man, you're spending too much money. You gotta slow it down. All right. No one's gonna do that. All right. So if you just graduated and you see you're making more money, you get into a bag, listen, I feel like God put in my heart to come here now because, you know, I'm about to approach my 30s and we making adjustments, we making changes. And I feel like the best way you can learn is from other people's mistakes, right? Because I was asking myself like, man, if I would have did what I had to do as soon as I graduated, I would have been up. I would have been up. So anyways, just to give you guys a quick story, just like, I'm not going to say the story, but just to give you guys like a quick overall, where I am now. Basically, I met my wife. Okay, I met my wife at work. She's also a registered nurse. And my wife she wasn't down for none of the bullshit, all right? This ain't Sunday, so I might drop a little curses here and there. You know, I ain't gonna drop the F-bomb, but she wasn't down for the bullshit. She said, you gotta cut off all your hoes. Okay, you gotta cut everybody off. You're gonna have to make changes. And if you won't get with me, all right? My wife was really quiet. She was really good at it. She not only is she assessing patients, she assesses nurses too. So she could tell I was crazy. You know, she could tell I was just trying to be all over the place. But guys, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna find the woman that's gonna change you, right? You're gonna find the person that's gonna make you want to level up and get to that next version, you know? And so that's what my wife did for me. So we got together, long story short. I could give you guys another overview on that story, but we worked together as a team, okay? At one point in the beginning of our relationship, our finances were separated, but you know what? I was like, all right, you're a registered nurse. And I never told you guys where I'm from, but I feel like at this point, we too locked in. I'll be real with you guys. I'm from New York. All right, I'm from New York. That's all I'm giving y'all. All right, and you know what? I might move too, because New York is way too hot. I got to find me another state. But anyways, nurses in New York, we make a decent salary. So with that debt I had, so I had over, my wife and I, we had over $300,000 of debt combined. But basically, what she did was she busted her ass, I busted my ass. We worked together as a team. Okay, so let's give you an example. If I make $100,000 a year and she makes $100,000 a year, together we were making over 200,000. So together as a team, we put all our money in one pot and we tackled all our debt from smallest to largest, little by little. But we made a lot of sacrifices where I didn't get to see her, guys. I was working at a nursing home. I was working in the hospitals, um, working 5 days a week. Shoot, I was working. Sometimes my schedule was crazy, guys, but I was young. I had the energy, and I told myself in my 20s, I better use my youth because I know I won't be able to do this in my 30s and my 40s. So, yes, I made the mistakes, but you know what? I'm happy I made the mistakes early in my life because now I can learn from them. Not to blow my money on all these liabilities and try to flex and show off to people this fake lifestyle, you know? But it was depressing because when you have $300,000 worth of debt and you start getting interest on that, yo, it's a lot. You know, it could lead anybody into like suicidal ideations. At one point, I was suicidal. I was because I didn't know what to do. I felt like a failure. But you know, I put God first, and He took me out of that dark time. And it took a long time, you know. But little by little, you know, I started with the smallest debt. My wife and I, we paid that debt. We paid the next debt. We stayed down, guys. I didn't even start a YouTube channel yet because I couldn't even laugh. I couldn't even be the person I am today because nothing was funny. All right, nothing was funny. I didn't have confidence in a way because I felt dumb for the mistakes I made. But you know, I'm happy I made those mistakes because now I get to come on the internet and warn you guys. Okay, so yes, long story short, my wife and I, we finally paid off the debt, and our life completely changed after we paid off that debt. Right, that $300,000 worth of debt. First and foremost, I was able to work less. Right, it's Saturday, guys. I don't work Saturdays like that anymore. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm part time. Okay, my wife was able to transition from full time to per diem, and part time at my job is pretty expensive for the insurance. You know, it's pretty expensive for the insurance, but because we eliminated all our debt, I'm able to afford it, right? And the reason why I'm telling you guys my business, the reason why I'm telling you guys my story, not to be a humble brag or to boast about my life, but it's the fact that I came from poverty. I came from nothing. You know what I mean? Being a Haitian American, having families who's in Haiti, who's literally famine, or I don't know if I'm saying right, famished, broke, right? We talking about the light bill getting cut off, you know, not having hot water sometimes. I'm talking about struggles. All right, so if there's anybody out there who's struggling, okay, I'm just making this video to let you know that you could literally transform your life. Okay, you could transform your life. I use nursing, and it helped me. And my wife and I, we did what we had to do to pay off our debt and put ourselves in this position where we could work less now. But still, you know what I mean? We make different choices with our money. But let me read what the chat is saying because I see you guys tapping a storm, and I'm not even really talking back. So let me see what y'all talking about right here. Glorious Crown says, bro, did you ever consider med school? No, I never. Matter of fact, my dad wanted me to be a doctor, right? My dad was like, hey, I want you to be a doctor. Guys, I work with doctors right now. And to be real with you, like, yes, doctors make a lot of money, but what they don't have is the time, okay? And I could actually prove to you that nurses could actually become millionaires before doctors, all right? You might not believe me, but nurses could become millionaires before doctors. And I was telling my dad this actually, because I said, Dad, like, okay, he wanted me to go to med school and do all this. I said, Dad, you want me to go into medical school? By the time I'm done with my residency, by the time I'm done with everything, I'm gonna be like 35, whatever the case may be. But I told him, if I become a nurse, right, I'll graduate by the age of 22. And let's say at the age of 22, I just start to max out my 401k as soon as I graduate. Do you know what compound interest can do for you? You know what I mean? A doctor who graduates at the age of 35, they graduate with a bunch of student loans. Yes, they have the potential to make a lot of money depending on what they're specializing in. But I didn't want to be a doctor because I felt like I would be missing out on compound interest. And I wanted to maximize, you know, my youth while I'm in my 20s because your money is worth way more in your 20s than any other age, right? That's the one That's the one advantage we have, us being 20 years old. So that's why I talk about this with you guys, because if you make mistakes, if you blow the bag in your 20s, you know what I mean, you're just gonna set yourself up for the next 20 or something years, okay? So no, to answer your question, mm-mm. Being a doctor is not meant for me. I love being by the bedside. Matter of fact, like I don't want to. I'm at a point in my life where I don't even want to rely on a job. Does that make sense? Like I love nursing, I love what I do, but I don't want to rely on it. You know, I want to have different investments that's paying me passive income to substantiate my lifestyle without even needing to go to work, right? But we'll talk about that because, you know, I want to talk about the steps I took to even get to where I am today to have this mindset. So let me keep reading the chat, okay? So Marshall Journal says he's the budget dog. He's the budget dog guy on Instagram. Oh yeah, the budget dog. Yeah, I know him. The budget dog paid off his house. He's doing some awesome stuff. And to be honest with you, when I first started this channel, I wanted to make it like a finance channel. If you guys look up my very first videos, it's really talking about finances. But I don't know, guys. I'm at a different place in my life now where a lot of people, when it comes to finances, I learned a lot, right? I learned a lot about being stealthy, being low key. You have to understand, right? Because I actually know a lot of wealthy people in real life. They don't want people to know their business, right? They want people, if you guys read The Millionaire Next Door, right, you'll realize there's a lot of people, even at your job, who's low key, right? So I like to talk about money, but you'll realize I'll talk about everything else first. I'll talk about God first. I'll be myself first. I'll be a comedian first. I'll do what I have to do first. And people probably will never know. People don't need to know your financial situation. And I used to show people, be very, very transparent in regards to my finances on the internet, but I stopped, you know what I mean? Because the reason why, yes, I can give you guys motivation and stuff like this, but what I really want to teach you guys is how to protect yourself when you get that money, right? When you get that money, and I don't want you to be, because you need to have wisdom in life, right? Not everybody's happy for you. Not everybody's winning. Not everybody got it, right? And that's the problem I had in the beginning. I was trying to show off. I was trying to flex. I put myself in a bad position. I ended up in a lot of debt. But ever since I paid off the debt, I completely switched it up. I got rid of all my name brand clothes. Tell me, guys, I have BMWs, right? But I don't even drive it no more. I switched my car with my mom's car. We switched. Now I drive a Toyota, right? I drive a Toyota now. If somebody looks at me now, I don't want them to know I have money. I don't want them to know anything about my life, about my finances. Because you know what? People's going to show, you know, if guys, if you stay quiet long enough, people's going to tell you everything you need to know about them. Okay? People's going to judge you. They're going to look at you. They're going to look at what you're wearing. They're going to look at what you're driving. They're going to look at where you live. And they're automatically going to come up with an assumption. There's easy ways to make money online, right? If I was to show people my net worth, if I was to show people what I got going on, of course you'll get subscribers. If I was to show people the cars, stuff like, you'll get subscribers. But then, guys, people say they want money, but I feel like a lot of times what people want is fame, right? People just want fame. They don't really want a simple life. They don't want a calm life. I don't know. I feel like people complicate their life. So my approach to finances now is, you're gonna see me talking about God. You're gonna see me talking about put God first, because I'm telling you, that's my mentality about it. I feel like everything belongs to him, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to be where I am today. I wouldn't have the mental capacity to even finish this journey of paying off debt, and now being on the journey of building wealth. I couldn't do it without God. So I'm gonna put him first, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I can show you, right? When I die, I'm not gonna go with nothing. Right? I'm not gonna go with nothing. So let me keep reading what you guys are talking about in the chat here. I got this book and reading it today. I'm starting to invest again. Good, good, good. Guys, please. You got to, it's called, I know some big words too. I know some investing words. It's called dollar cost averaging. I even do what you can. I do what you can. But when it comes to investing, one thing I would say, any advice I want to give you, is try to pay off your consumer debt first, all right? If you have a 401k at your job that's giving you a match, invest up until the match. All right. I know Dave Ramsey is gonna say no, stop everything. Listen, don't listen to that bald-headed guy. I know he's way richer than me, but Listen, I know other people who's richer than him, all right, who's giving me game too. You better invest at all time, even just a little bit up into the match, employer match. And after that, make sure that you're paying off your consumer debt. All right, make sure that you're paying off your consumer debt, guys, because that's what's keeping us working so hard. That's the reason why I had to go to work every day, all right, because I was in so much debt. But I'm so proud of you that you're investing again. Guys, look, some days I'll make videos where laughing, talking, but I also want to make sure that we getting our money right. All right, because I want to do some meetups with y'all. I want to make sure that you guys got your money right, and so that this way you could do what you want to do in your life. All right, so let me keep reading. What state you live in? Now, I just told you guys. I was living in New York. I'm joking. I'm still in New York. Yeah, I'm still in New York. I didn't tell people where I was from initially. Now I'm like, I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm from New York. That's where I'm from. Uh, thumbs up. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for the likes. You know what I mean? You guys coming here, clocking in. Listen, everybody who's here, I appreciate you guys, because honestly, I was just gonna show up regardless and talk to myself this morning. That's how ready and locked in I was. But you guys being here, I'm not crazy, man. I'm not crazy. All right, so I got about $300,000 worth of debt. So cool, Ramon. You see, our situation is basically the same. All right. I had $250,000 worth of debt, paid it off, and then I got back into debt for 50,000. That's why it became a total of oh, I'm hearing some dumps, guys. I don't know. I gotta make sure my neighbor didn't fall. But listen, don't let that debt destroy you, right? Don't let that debt destroy you. All you have to do is have a game plan. It may take more than like 2 years, right? It took my wife and I like about a little over 4 years to do that. But make a game plan up. Find a way to increase your income. Okay, the vehicle I use was nursing. Nowadays, guys, you could become a nurse in 2 years. But one thing I want to tell you is don't just go into it for the money. Right? Don't just go into nursing for the money thinking that, oh, I'm just going to become a nurse for the money, blah, blah, blah. No, no. Don't do it like that, all right? You need to have compassion. But there's other things that you can do, right? I chose the medical field because I like the flexibility it gives me. I like the job security it gives me. And just the options and opportunities to work multiple jobs. But that's the first thing you're going to have to do. Find a way to increase your income. And the next thing you're going to have to do is come up with a game plan to pay off that debt from smallest to largest. I know some people are going to tell you, hey, tackle the one with the biggest interest rate first. And yeah, I get it. Okay, I get it. Like if your credit card is charging you a 20% interest rate. Okay. But man, it feels good, man. When you pay off that little debt you had, no matter what it is, you know what I mean? Let's say you owed your cousin $200. When you pay your cousin Boo Boo that $200, it feels good that you don't owe nobody. You know what I mean? So let me just keep reading what the chat saying, because we having a conversation today, and I'm trying to look you dead in the eyes. And I'm sorry if you see doo-doo on the side of my eyes. I'm sorry. I haven't brushed my teeth yet. I just hopped on. You know what I mean? So just grab your coffee. And just, guys, write me questions. I'm going to get to your questions eventually. So she got that decrement spirit. Okay, Glorious Crown goes, what's the most amount of hours you worked in a week? So the most amount of hours I worked in a week. So I do, sheesh. So at the nursing homes, when I used to work at a nursing home, it was 16 hours, right? It was 8-hour shifts, but I do doubles because for me, I'm like, I'd rather get my 2 days in one day. Like, why would I just like do Monday, Tuesday? No. So I would stay from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. And I do that 5 days. Yeah, I do that 5 days a week, or I do that 4 days, and then I do 3 days at the hospital. And those are 12-hour shifts. Sometimes I'd work 14 shifts in a row. And this is pre-YouTube, guys. This is pre-YouTube because I told myself if I go on YouTube, man, I ain't trying to have no debt. I ain't trying to have a lot of problems, financial stress, because I was not trying to be crying in front of the camera. But I don't know. You do the math, man. But I worked a lot of hours, all right, in a week. And that's why right now my back hurts. Marshall's Journal says, you're living safely in slightly large place in New York, so it's giving somewhere around Long Island, LOL. I know it ain't no dirty Flatbush. Yeah, it's a good little spot. I'll be real with you. She's a good woman, yes. My lady's definitely, she's definitely a good woman, man. Nickname says, God first, brother, always. You got to, guys. You got to. Greatest ever goes, I worked 3 jobs as a single mom to make ends meet. Wow. Full-time as a legal admin, part-time in daycare at the gym I went to, and babysitting weekends. I was sick all the time. First of all, God bless you, right? God bless your grind. And that's not easy, right? That's not easy, especially taking care of the babies. You know what? Like, God bless you. Greatest ever. I don't know where you are right now in your life, but I hope you're relaxing. I hope you're working like 2 jobs at least, working less. Mandy G goes, God bless you. No, God bless you, all right? Coromon goes, wisdom. Less debt equals more freedom. Big facts. Greatest ever goes, urgent care in hospitals saw me every 3 to 4 months. I had chronic ear, sinus, and respiratory infections. Almost killed me. Forced to quit job and sell house. Lost everything, including my kids. Oh my gosh. Greatest ever, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And let me tell you guys something. When I was going through it too, I didn't even know there was something like this, our YouTube channel. So I'm so happy that you're able to just type that and tell me. I just want you to know I'm going to be praying for you. All right. Tell me your real name. So I'm not going to just be saying, God, please touch greatest ever. Tell me your real name because I want to add you to my prayers. All right. I'm sorry. All right. But one thing I want you to know is you're not alone. Right. I'm going to be doing these live streams. Shoot. You older than me. You could adopt me. I could be one of your kids. Whatever. But I'm here for you. All right. You're not by yourself. And everybody here on the chat, we're here for you too. I know we a whole bunch of strangers. But we locked in right now. All right. It's 10 o'clock and we locked in right now. Okay. You're not by yourself. Okay. So greatest ever goes. Trauma, stress, lifestyle, and diet were killing. Wait. Were killing me. I was ready to end it all. Wow. Had to make drastic changes. Moved and started seeing a chiropractor. Been living out of bags and boxes for 15 years. Ugh. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You've been through a lot. The fact that you're here this morning, able to chop it up with me, I feel honored. And you guys, this is another reason why. Like when I come on the internet and I talk about finances, I'm mindful because everybody's situation is not the same, right? Some people could be on the other end where they have margin in their budget, they're able to invest, they're able to do all this. And yeah, I could speak to those people, but also you got to understand there's people out there who's going through it, right? Like I feel like I've been on both ends. Like when I was struggling and I was going through that, I didn't want to hear nothing. I didn't want to hear no advice. I didn't want to look at no YouTube video to help me. I was in a bad spot. So, you know what? You must stay prayed up. You know what? Definitely always drop on your knees. You're not alone. You got Marsha's Journal here. You got Nick here. You got all these people here, right? You're not by yourself. So thank you. Thank you. It's Cara. God bless you, Cara. I'm crying. I'm an unofficial nurse to my disabled and dying husband now. Just quit my job and made to focus on home. Whew. Guys, you see, this is the reality. All right, this is the reality of life. Okay, and let me tell you something. You're doing exactly what God wants you to be doing right now. You're at home, you're taking care of somebody. All right. And I'm not just trying to say things to encourage you. We're all praying for you. And the one thing is, I'm happy that you're even able to just express and just vent that out, right? Holding that in sometimes it's a lot. Okay. And I know you might feel crazy, but putting your business on the internet, nah, you're not crazy. All right. We having therapeutic conversation, communication. I'm a licensed professional registered nurse. So, you know what I mean? We having, guys, let's literally say a prayer for Cara, okay? God bless you, and I'm happy that you're able to just come here, chop it up with me this morning, and vent it out. Ooh, gosh, that's definitely not easy, man. That's definitely not easy what you're going through. But it takes a lot of mental strength. It takes a lot of prayers, guys. It takes a lot of to even continue every day. Okay, and I'm pretty sure everybody have their own story right now that they're just not typing, right? You're not saying it. You're reading the chat. You're looking at me, right? But you're not putting your story down. But I feel like I hate to say it, when it comes to financial struggles, financial stress, we all have it, right? We all low key go through something. When I was going through my debt, I wanted to go back on Instagram and just curse everybody out. I'm like, F you guys, man, for finessing me. You know, y'all forced me to blow the bag, blah, blah, blah. Y'all forced, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, I had to save myself. You know what I mean? I had to make the sacrifices and just work my ass off. But just like Kara, you know, like my body started to feel, you know, started to have a toll, man. Became a pre-diabetic, hypertensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Once I'm done with this coffee, I'm going to the gym. You know, you guys gotta realize this. Like in this country, if you don't make the right decisions now, like if you have the margin in your budget, that's what I'm telling you. I know I make jokes, but that's why ain't nobody getting no gifts from me this year for Christmas. You know what I mean? Because I blew the bag all year already, right? This year, I blew the bag. I had opportunities where my job was giving out bonuses and incentives and all these things. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it on experiences, but there's some experiences I did, like it was excessive. You know what I mean? Went to an Airbnb, went on vacation every month, and it was nice and all, but like having a newborn baby, why? Why? You know, so I'm at the position right now in my life where I'm ready to stay down for 10 years. Right? I already have a game plan from 30 to 40, right? This is it. Work, 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 stay down, invest, invest, invest. And then maybe later on in life, we could show out because you know what? My goal is to be able to help people, right? I have people in Haiti who's struggling. I want to see what wifey needs. Damn. Gotta end this live stream.